Hello everyone, myself Siddharth, and today I will be taking you through the urban planning and structure of the city of Chandigarh. So let's start. Chandigarh is the Union Territory of India, and as you all might be knowing, that Chandigarh serves as the capital of two neighboring states of Punjab and Haryana. Geographically, Chandigarh is located at the foothills of Shivaliks range of Himalayas. Chandigarh is one of the initial planned cities of India, and it was planned and developed in way back 1950 to 1953. So it was planned by Lee Corbusier. As you can see, the first thing which catches the eye as you see the map of Chandigarh is the roads which cut in the grid pattern at right angles to each other, and they divide the center of the city in various rectangular blocks which are of almost similar size. There is one major road which goes through the city, and all the roads are connected to each other, and we can travel from one sector to other sector which is at the other end of the city through various routes. And as you can observe, there is Chandigarh International Airport at the very corner of the city, at the fringe area, and the railway station is also at the border of the city. As we will know further that the Chandigarh bus terminus is at the heart of the city, that is the sector 17. We will look at it further. So coming to the planning of Chandigarh, the Chandigarh city was planned in such a way that it represented the structure of a human body. Structure of the human body in a sense that there was head, there is heart, there is lung, there is intestines, and there is circulation, that is the nerves, circulation of the blood. So we will go through each one of them one by one. So the first one is the head. So head represents the administrative area, and sector 1 is the one which represents the head of the Chandigarh. So it contains the capital complex, and this capital complex has the high courts of Punjab and Haryana, the secretariat building. So the capital complex serves as the legislative and administrative block of Chandigarh, and this capital complex was declared as the World Heritage Site in 2016. So it is the capital complex which is situated in sector 1 is the head of Chandigarh. Now coming on to the heart of the city. So heart of the city is the sector 17. As you can see, it rightly is situated at the center of the city, and it is the place famous for many head offices of famous banks and major commercial activities and congregational activities. It also contains the bus terminus, so all the major bus routes converge into sector 17. So this was the heart of the city, and sector 17 represented the heart of the city. Now coming on to the lungs. So the primary work of lung is to purify the air, and it rightly represents the green spaces of Chandigarh. So as you can see, there are various green places around the Chandigarh, in and around Chandigarh. The areas which are marked here are of the ecological importance, and the major prominent place in Chandigarh is the Leisure Valley, which runs across the city of Chandigarh. Here is the Leisure Valley, and it goes through the city of Chandigarh. This whole stretch is the Leisure Valley. And coming to the intellect of Chandigarh. So intellect is the area where it is dedicated to the higher education institutes in Chandigarh. So this is the area where there is concentration of higher educational institutions. If we see in the map, we can find that there is Punjab University located in this area, and University Institute of Engineering and Technology, which is located in this area. Also PEC University of Technology is also located. Also there are other medical institutions as well located in this area. So this area represents the intellect of Chandigarh. Coming over to the circulation, so this circulation is nothing but the extensive roads, which was eye-catching at the very first. So Chandigarh is beautifully connected with the roads. There are extensive roads, and that extensive roads is termed as V7, where 7 represents the 7 kinds of roads which connect the Chandigarh to various places inside it. So the V1 represents the major road. As we can see, there is one major road which runs through Chandigarh. It is the V1, and V2 are the artillery roads which connect each sector, that is they form the boundary of the sectors. And V3 are the roads which are going through the sector itself. So this is the V3. And V4, V5, V6 are the roads which are inside the sectors, which connect the residential areas, the shopping complexes, etc. inside the sector. And also there is another track, that is the cycle track, which is planned, and if that comes up, that will be the V8. And next one is the viscera. So viscera is nothing but the intestines, and it represents the industries of Chandigarh. So industries of Chandigarh are located at the area which is marked here, and it is strategically located in the sense that the wind blows in this direction, in the southeast direction. So whenever the wind blows, it takes away the polluted air outside the city, so it never enters inside the city. And rightly so, the Chandigarh is one of the most clean city of India. And yeah, these were the structural representation of the human body: the head, the heart, the circulation of blood, the lungs, and the viscera. Now coming over to the individual sector. So sector is the self-sufficient unit having the shops, schools, health centers, and places of recreations, and also religious institutions for worship. And in each sector there is market which is situated at the center, and other important public places like the stadiums, the sports complexes, and hotels are situated at the corner of the sector. As you can see, there is cricket stadium in sector 16 which is situated in the corner, and there is this hotel Shivalik View which is at the corner of the sector. And this is the image from Google of sector 17. And sector 17, as you all know, is the heart of the city, and it is the main public congregation area of the city. It houses the major shopping complexes, sports facilities, and congregational places for the Chandigarh city. And as you can see, the market in each sector, as you can see here, the market is situated at the center of the sector, and this is true for all the sectors as well. And there is police station which is also situated for the sector, and there are government offices which are lined up in one of the main roads of the sector. And one interesting fact about these sectors is that they they have the length of around 1200 meters and breadth of around 800 meters. So they have been planned in such a way that any person can walk from one end to another, can travel from one end to another end of the sector just by walking. It is possible just by walking. We don't need to have any transport facility required to walk from one end of the sector to the other end of the sector. And let us take another example, that is the sector 22. Here is the market of the sector 22, which is again located at the center of the sector, and there are banks, and there is a school which is the Shishu Niketan Public Senior Secondary School, and there is public park as well at the center of the sector, and there is hospital. There are two hospitals in the sector. So as such, there is this sector is self-sufficient in itself, so there is no much commutation required, or any travel required for any basic services. They are all available inside the sector itself. So Chandigarh is one of the best planned cities in India. It has about 48 sectors, and there are more as well, but the other sectors come in the city of Mohali, which is just adjacent to Chandigarh. And because of this planned structure of Chandigarh, the pollution is very less in Chandigarh, and it is one of the cleanest cities in India. And because of the structure of the roads, there is hardly any traffic jam in the city, even in the peak time of the city. So Chandigarh is one of the best cities to live in, and also if any city is being planned, then Chandigarh would be the best case study for the planning of other cities. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.